Yeah. 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 Memories. Memories. Yeah. Memories. Memories.
Feel my heart, it's beat tight. All my body's breathing, it's just you and me. Feel my heart, it's beat tight. All my body's breathing, it's just you and me. I'm so caught in this, we're so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. I'm so caught in this, we're so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. Let's free fall.
Good evening, everybody. The playoffs here in CGL Season 14 are finally upon us. But before we get to the playoffs, the brackets, we have to find out who's going to play who first, Megalas. And that is what we're going to be doing here tonight. This is the opponent picking stream here for the EU side of CGL Season 14.
Absolutely. This is where, it's sort of that first step, right? We've had the regular season played out. We know who's in the postseason, who made it out of their brackets, out of each respective tier. And now, this is where the spice can start to come in, right? Those rivalries can start to be formed purely based off of who's picking who here, Do you, as a number one seed, you go in, pick an easy opponent, try to get a quick way into the finals, or do you try to take out your number one opponent? I mean, there's tons of options. There's tons of different ways you can go about it here. And I think it'll be interesting across all of these brackets we have.
Could not agree more. But now we're getting ready to get the picks beginning. We have a kind of a setup to let y'all see who's going to be picked and, who picks who and all this and whatnot and what have you. But first up, we've got the EU Masters tier. It's going to be 07, the number one seed in this tier, selecting their opponent between the Shenzhen Strikers and Tesla.
Yeah, going to be super important. 07, not flawless. They did get a nice little extra win from winning the mid-season tournament here, but they did get a loss towards the tail end of things. Not that clean slate. Meanwhile, the rest of the group looking pretty solid here. Plate Group and Shenzhen both at 6-2. Tesla obviously down at 5-3, but still pretty formidable records here. We got to see Tesla very recently, and I don't think that's even the easiest pick, especially with an 07 that might not be as stable as they once were.
Yeah, so this is going to be like super important, right? As you can see, this is only a 4-team bracket, so not exceedingly large. So, I mean, play group is just gonna have to be stuck with the leftovers, right? So they're gonna get the whoever O7 doesn't select. But without further ado, let's get Shadowy into this thing. We're getting ready to get our selections going. Shadow and
Hello.
Octane of O7 here will be selecting their first opponent of the playoffs.
Hello.
Hey, what's
Well,
up?
Howdy, how
alright.
you feeling?
I'm great.
We're doing good.
Doing good, doing excellent. It's great to hear. Now, before we get the grand reveal or anything like that, what are your thoughts? There's a lot of different things you can think about because, again, as Fletch just said, right, you're not just picking your opponent, you're giving Plate Group theirs at the same time here. Is there any strategy, going into this for that? Or is this just simply we know we're the best, we can pick whoever?
I mean, we are the number 1 seed for a reason. We've kind of dominated everybody apart for Plate Group, who took our 2 maps off us. So I guess it's kind of showing that we're the best, showing that we can get to the grand finals, whilst also giving Plate Group kind of a run for their money in case they get knocked down to the lower bracket and not upset. Then that just makes the route a lot easier for us. So it's kind of, combining those two.
All right.
All right. But now, I mean, without any further ado, do y'all know who y'all are gonna go with?
Yes, we would like to pick Tesla.
Expected.
All right. O7 going up against the 4 seed in Tesla. We're going to get them in here real quick. We got Astral. Talk to us real quick. If they would unmute themselves, that'd be kind of sick. But yeah, so it'll be O7 versus Tesla and Plate Group versus Shenzhen Strikers in round number 1 of this tournament.
Yeah. So Astro, we have to. Yeah. Again, hopefully you can unmute yourself. Hopefully you can hear us. What are your thoughts? Did you expect this? But I guess we're not getting any thoughts.
They're gone.
As they
They're
have
gone.
just gone
Hey,
to
they're already terrified. They're already
Yeah.
terrified of us.
They already know we've won. Now, yeah, I'm out of here.
already
So,
know.
okay.
Wow. The confidence, the egos.
I'm only here to win the mental battles, and it's what I do best. We're gonna 3-0 our way through the playoffs anyway, except for Plate Group, so just waiting for that matchup.
Astral.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Awake. Okay. Astral is awake here for Tesla. You have been selected by O7 in the first round of this tournament. What are y'all's thoughts about going up against O7 in round 1?
Well, we expected to be chosen. It was pretty obvious choice because we are the last one in top 4. But we are happy they chose us because if happens that we win, we want to win with the best team of the group. So we are ready. We are already preparing. And we are pretty excited to have a second chance to play against top 7 that destroyed us. But we are not going to give a free win. We want to fight, and we will fight with everything we have and everything we learned.
Yeah, you like to see it. You like the confidence behind it to, be able to come in and have that. Obviously you got this matchup ahead of you now, and you pretty much hit on everything, right? You're definitely going into this the underdogs here. So really, I mean, this is, I guess, just an open floor for both squads here. If there's anything, maybe some fun sparring words, let's make sure we emphasize the fun on that one here that y'all want to say.
I'll leave this bit to Octane. He can have his fun.
Yeah, come on, Sean, don't leave me. Hey, last time we played regular season, week 2? Ages ago. We won with me, our backup main support, playing tank and going 24-1 on map 1. That is crazy. I respect the confidence you have, but no amount of confidence is going to get you a map win, never mind into this series at all.
Well, that was week 2. We learned a lot from that week. We are working constantly every day. And maybe you start like the favorite winner for the series, but we will not give the free wins anyway. So we're gonna fight. We're gonna try everything we can. We learned a lot also playing against you. So yeah, we are pretty confident that we try to perform and get a fight on the match.
Hey, fair enough. I respect it. But yet again, we won with our backup main support in myself playing tank. With our starting five, we ain't losing a single map. Maybe not even a single fight. Like, I respect your confidence. Respect you've probably learned a lot. But no matter what, you've lost.
But we're gonna see that in the game. That's only words. The reality comes like on the effective map and on the game. So when we meet each other, we're gonna see who wins the series.
Yeah. I mean,
All right. I mean, certainly some fighting words, and hey, you know what? There's a reason we don't hand out the trophy to the number 1 seed, right? We just have to play the game, and we will see who's going to come out on top. But for now, Shadowy, Octane, Astral, thank y'all for coming in and giving us this brief interview, and we look forward to seeing what y'all are going to do throughout this EU Masters Tier playoff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you in game.
I mean,
All right,
it's-
Megalas, but yeah, certainly some fighting words for sure.
listen, fighting words can come back to bite you. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it's fun to have a little bit of confidence, but to say you won't drop a single fight every single time, it's gonna be an entire thing here. But you know, listen, the proof will be in the pudding for that matchup. But I mean, there is another matchup that we now have to look up because they don't really from.
Well, they're not going to have to pick it all because their opponent will be Shenzhen Strikers here in round number 1 of the playoffs. We'll get them in here very, very soon to talk to them about their season and what they are looking forward to here in the playoffs. We've got Kota of Plate Group here. Kota, how are y'all feeling right now? Like, what are y'all thinking about y'all's, how do y'all feel about y'all's season thus far and moving into the playoffs?
I mean, hey, how are you doing? The season's been pretty good, all right, so far. There's been a few ups and downs, but to be honest, I think we've been playing on the whole pretty well. Plenty of room for improvement, but we're doing very well. I'm happy who we got as our pick, to be honest, really. I just think that whilst the other teams they play a bit more of a meta slave team, at least Shenzhen play more interesting comps, and so when we win, it'll be on more fun comps.
Yeah, absolutely here. I mean, history speaks for itself, right? You guys just faced off here in week 8 and you came away with that 3-0 decisive victory. So things are definitely looking up for you on paper. But overall, I mean, if you could have had your pick, right? Is this the opponent that you definitely would have wanted, or maybe you would have leaned towards Tesla?
Oh, I mean, we definitely would have gone for Shenzhen. I think they like to play more dive, and that's gets just more fun to play. And we would love to take the dive mirror, prove that we can play it just as well as them, probably better. And when we no doubt destroy 07 in the finals, as we should, and might actually turn on our monitors this time, it'll be a good tournament.
Turn on the water. I like that.
All right. Well, now, I mean, the next part would usually be, you selecting, but we already know who the opponent is going to be here for y'all and Plate Group. It's going to be the Shenzhen Strikers, and we've got Tachyon and Yo-Yo Cheerio to talk to us about this. How y'all feeling going up against Plate Group here in round number 1?
Oh, lovely. We feel good. I think we'll cook them pretty easy.
Real easy. Just simple as that. I guess, here we can get like a little bit of backstory, I guess, for the side of Shenzhen, right? How did the entire season go for y'all? Because I know you have this recent loss against Plate Group, but overall, how were things?
It was alright, Go on, Tekken. I'll let you speak for the heart.
I'm gonna be honest here. Now, this is not an excuse, but my support players, they're getting deported to India. Now, it's a real thing. Look, stuff happens in real life. I know many Overwatch players don't know what that is, real life, but stuff happens. So we got a replacement now. Hopefully that'll change things up. And what we can do is good luck to Plate Group, but more good luck to us. You know what I'm saying? Sure, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to that.
It's all good. You don't need to respond. You just need to acknowledge.
Sure.
No, I acknowledge. You know what?
Good.
Listen. I'll be honest with you. As long as y'all are not defeated before the game starts, I am going to be exceedingly happy. And I am so happy that y'all have got at least a little bit of confidence coming into this.
Little bit,
Little bit.
little bit.
Nah, we're buzzing.
Hey.
We're ready to
A,
go.
lo- a
We're
lot of
buzzing with
okay, a lot of
confidence.
bit of confidence.
Man, one might say we're overflowing with confidence.
Okay, hey, that is
Okay.
excellent because the last time I had
No,
anything
no.
to do with y'all,
No, no.
like,
My main tank got the point.
I am so happy.
My main tank got deported to
No.
Poland.
We can
He was playing on
blame
CCS
that on my immigration status. We blame that on that laptop. That was voodoo at practice.
That's
Players
true,
come.
voodoo.
Voodoo's on our side. Voodoo's on our side.
Sure, man.
All right. Well, now before we send y'all out, Shenzhen, y'all have already reacted to getting picked. Like, you know, minus the end to the season, which was a little bit, we'll say, precarious. How'd y'all feel about y'all's season overall coming into the playoffs?
I'm gonna be real. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah,
It was a fun experience. It was a
good.
fun experience. Now,
Funny
it would be more
experience, you
fun.
know?
It'd be more fun if my main tank put me on Zen more, but it's all good at the end of the day. It's all good.
I'd like to comment on a little hiccup that happened in the regular season with a certain
Okay.
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, we don't
a
need to speak
certain-
about that.
No. A certain
really-
champ player. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know how you got a champ Smurf playing tank and you still got 3-0'd in the mid-season finals. I don't know what happened there. That's a bit mad.
Respect 07.
Respect to 7. I gotta say that. Big up them for doing all that. But we got them out now. Guys got caught, and yeah,
Yeah, get him out of
good
here.
season
Waiting
overall.
is-
Good season overall,
in-
and now it's gonna be even better playoffs.
Champ.
Even better playoffs.
Mashallah. We'll do it like Prophet did. We'll do it like
Exactly.
Prophet did.
Playoff profit.
Playoff Prophet.
Playoff profit indeed. But for now, Kota, Yo-Yo, Cheerio, Tachyon, thank y'all for coming to talk
No
to us,
worries.
getting y'all's
Wait,
reactions, talking
Can I say
about
a
the
speech?
season.
Can I say a speech?
Sure. Floor's
Okay.
yours.
Okay. This is from the greatest leader of all time, by the way. Our great leader.
I'm very scared.
We have had a very successful Congress. We have done 3 things. Now, these 3 things are too long for me to say. I can say we did one thing correct. We played dive 24/7, and you can't fault us for that. So any team that's not playing dive, go back to double shield. We don't want you. That shit is dead.
Real.
Play dive.
Sure,
Gushway is in. Sherma. We love Gushway. We love Leave. And most of all, we love Prophet Gesture 2017 dive. Bring Apex Season 4 back.
Sure,
Bring it back. Bring it back.
All right. Well, incredible. Hey, round of applause there for that one. But it's gonna be.
Big up, Mal.
I got now. I got now.
I hope you target you play as well as you. Yep. Come on, let's go.
Oh, way better. We'll play
You,
better.
hey, what's your name?
You
It's
can
not
say my
yapping.
name.
You're speaking from the heart. Don't ever disrespect someone's yapping.
All right.
Dumb.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll do it for Kota, Yo-Yo, Cheerio, and Tachyon, and certainly an eventful interview there between those 3. But now we're going to head to a different tier entirely. It's going to be the EU GM tier up next here, and we've got Team.exe and Junofish to talk to us about who they are going to select here in round number 1. Juno, before we get y'all's selection, y'all are the number 1 seed here in this playoff. How y'all feeling about how y'all seasons is going?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't really ask for much more, other than that sore spot on our record, that 1 win in like week 2. I think we've turned it around, played pretty well, pretty consistently.
Yeah, I mean, you have that mid-season championship already on your shoulders, but, you still want the actual chip at the end of the day, of course. And you got some interesting opponents, to pick from here. Obviously, can't be picking Special Forces at that 2 seed, but Godstack and Helheim, what are your thoughts on just both of these squads just in general, right? Because I feel like it's very interesting here in GM, the amount of things that can be pulled out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure everyone in this tier are lovely people, right? But our team is pretty confident we can beat whoever we pick, so it's kind of just, we feel like it's a procession at this point anyway. We'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words, but I doubt it.
I mean, hey,
All right,
that's
well-
fair, that's fair.
I mean, speaking of words, do y'all have an idea of who y'all are going to select here for round number 1?
We want to pick Helheim for our round 1 opponent, sorry.
All right. It'll be Helheim being selected here by Team.exe, and we've got Dylan of EMC Helheim to talk to us. Dylan, how are you? You know, you've been selected here by Team.exe, round number 1. How are y'all feeling about it?
Right, I'm gonna be really honest. I asked my team who this team was, and they didn't reply to me, so I don't really have much idea. I mean, we'll win. I know that much for certain, but I don't really know anyone on their team, so.
Who Megaloling, the number 1 seed, is kind of based. I'm gonna say it. I'll be the one to say it.
Yeah,
It's
well, if I'm
kinda
being honest,
based.
we would be number 1 seed. If I'm not flaming my teams work really hard and stuff. We're just really slow to we don't scrim often, and through the entirety of this Orisa meta, my Orisa player hasn't had very good availability, so we've been playing Ram the entire time. Obviously, we're not going to do that anymore. We've been working on some stuff. I think any style of play that they want to play will be better at them.
Oof. Those words that can sting. You know, but you like you said, maybe not the best of seasons for Helheim, but you're here in the playoffs. Do you want to maybe just sort of elaborate a little bit more on just how how the season's gone just overall for the team?
Yeah, well, so I think out of all of my teammates, I'm the one that's played the least because I haven't had great availability until recently. Like I was moving back to uni and like I was committed to other teams that I'm no longer on, like that sort of stuff. But most of the time we've had really good success throughout the Ram meta. I think we were easily the best team in the tier for that. And like we adapted slowly to the Juno changes. Someone that was on our team just didn't want to run the Juno comp at all for ages. And as I said before, we didn't scrim often. So we were just sort of losing games that we just really shouldn't have been losing, I think. But we've had so you know some talks recently going into the playoffs, and I think I'm really excited anyway to show our new style of play and like how good we've gotten again.
Okay. I mean, hey, listen, that very well put together. I like it. You know, Juno Fish, you know, now that your opponent's here in the flesh, maybe anything you want to say, just let them know.
Wait, who?
It's just really interesting because I think you'll notice looking back at our games, you say you weren't very good throughout some of the metas. You'll notice, well, we played Bat Lucio Sigma for the entire tournament and only dropped 1 game in the beginning, and that was an off week. We had me off rolling. So I think fighting talk's all good, but you haven't really got anything to back it up so far.
I think just playing one really one-dimensional comp is like a big weakness, to be honest. And I can guarantee you, our Sig player, if his availability is good enough to play against you guys, like we could comfortably mirror the Sigma, and our Sigma player is like 10 times better than yours. And I don't even know who your Sigma player is. Like.
Okay. We'll see.
For reference, I'm not the Sigma player. Before people.
No.
That's not
well,
me.
No, you know
well,
what?
no. The reason I'm laughing so hard about that is that Juno is.
That's alright. He'll figure it out soon enough. Don't you worry. He'll figure it out.
Lazuli will smoke you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice, but Lazuli will smoke you politely.
Well, at least he'll be polite.
Yeah, it will. He'll let you know before he rocks you out full of your flux. Don't worry.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I can't wait. As I said, I haven't played much, but hopefully I get to play some more now.
Yeah,
Now that I have
definitely.
availability.
Well, listen, y'all got a match to schedule, probably some scrims in between then, so we're just gonna let y'all both go. And you know, very, very interesting to see how this matchup plays out.
All right, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, Fletch. I mean, I'm gonna say it again. Who megaloling twice in the same speech when you're talking to the Sigma is crazy. That's some alpha energy you need right there.
I mean, hey, confidence is, you know, skill is a very, very important thing in this game, right? But you can't win if you're not confident, right? Confidence is one of the prerequisites to even stepping into the ring. So I can certainly respect the the energy that was given there in the face of a lack of knowledge. That was some incredibly strong confidence there from the side of Dylan there. But now we are going to get ready to head over to the other side of this bracket with Special Forces and the God Stack that will be in the opposite side of this bracket. We've got Carlos and Octo here. I want to talk to Carlos first here, if they could unmute themselves.
Hello.
Hi, Carlos. All right. Well, I'm going to talk to you first about your season as a whole. How are y'all feeling about like how y'all season has progressed and moving into the playoffs?
Well, I think we had a really good season, considering this is our first ever tournament as a team that we played like accordingly. I think it was a good season. We definitely could have done better. At the end of the season, we had a really rough time because two of our tank players had a lot of like availability issues to do real life stuff to do. But we managed to find the fills for their positions, so we should be fine for the ongoing playoff.
All right.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a very interesting season, like you were saying here. Going into this pick, obviously you don't really have a choice, but are you excited to, potentially be facing down Godstack here again? I know you guys met up somewhat recently here, and it did not go your way. Do you think you could turn the tides this time around?
We faced actually two times. First time we won 3-1, second time we lost 3-1. I'm actually excited for the matchup to see who will come on top, as it will give us a challenge to qualify through to the finals of winners, if I'm not mistaken. And I think definitely we can win against them, because we made changes, we adapted more since the last time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now that we've gotten your piece of the puzzle done, Octo, if you could go ahead and unmute yourself here.
Hello.
How are y'all feeling about going up against Special Forces in the first round of the playoffs?
I think we are quite confident. We didn't really expect to get picked by Special Forces. I thought, it's only me, I thought we would get picked by a stronger opponent who thought we would be weaker than Helheim. But now we're here. I'm not really quite excited to play against Junkrat players, even though last time they didn't play as much Junkrat, so I'm quite optimistic we can just win. We are just happy.
All right. Well, how are y'all feeling about how y'all's season has gone here for Godstack?
Yeah, it was quite a good season. We're very happy. We didn't really put any expectations into this. We just put the team together for fun, and it has been fun. We even got more players as we went along. So yeah, really good season.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, listen, if the season has been going well, then, you love to absolutely hear it here. But, I mean, it's just going to be a very interesting matchup here between, both of y'all. Do you think, like you said, maybe, or like we heard earlier, it was 1-1 last time. Who's going to finally be the one to break the edge here? Do you think both these squads?
Me?
For either of you.
Either one of y'all.
I left the floor open.
Yeah, it would be stupid to not say us. Like, I'm also expecting the enemy team to say them, so I don't know. Yeah, it would be not very wise to go into playoffs without the confidence needed to just say we're gonna win. So yeah, we're just gonna win. We're just gonna stomp them.
Nah, we're gonna win. I believe in us. We have the unexpectability. You are not prepared for what we will pull next.
Okay. Well, it'll be saved for the battlefield, I am sure. We'll thank you both. Thank everybody for, stopping in, having a nice little chat with us, making those opponent selections, and good luck to everyone on their matches whenever they happen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. 2 leagues down, 2 remain. And next up, we've got our largest bracket, the EU PC Open tier. This time, we're actually going to have 3 selections here. We're not going to just pick one and hand it off to the next team who gets the scraps. But of course, we're going to start off with TEC here for the first selection. Ackerman, how are y'all feeling?
Hello. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing excellent, getting ready to get into the playoffs. How are y'all feeling about TEC's season thus far and getting ready to head into the playoffs?
We are very confident and are looking for the wins. Yeah. We are ready to win.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, ready to win, having that energy, you love to hear it. If you want to take an extra second here, just walk us down memory lane of how TEC got here, because you are overall the number 1 seed right now. You have
That's
that
right.
nice record behind you, 8-0. Didn't
Mhm.
get the dub in the midseason, but it's fine. Regular season still looking flawless, and I mean, just how did it all happen?
Yeah, we are the number 1, not for no reason. We got 5 wins out of matches when the enemies were not playing. Or 4, I don't know. Yeah, we were kind of lucky, but yeah, we also fought a couple of teams that were pretty heavy and still managed to win this. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous.
I
mean,
it
hey,
is
listen.
all right, man. But now
Shaking.
for TEC, do y'all know who y'all are gonna go with as
Yeah,
the first selection?
Of course, with the Turk Wisp are the enemy we are picking.
Turquoise Wisp. Okay.
All right, Turquoise Wisps will be going up against TEC in round number 1. A little bit of a, departure from what we've seen thus far. The higher seed actually getting picked in round number 1, and we've got Merritt in here to talk to us. Merritt, y'all have been selected by TEC in round number 1 of the playoffs. How are y'all feeling?
Been feeling good. I mean, we kind of expected the pick, not gonna lie. Yeah. And we don't have history, our team and Tech, but we probably think we are one of the weakest teams, both of us, and I think it could be a really good match. So yeah.
Excuse me?
Ooh, wait,
You mean
he's calling
teams?
weakness on both sides.
That
Well,
is
I
right.
mean, like you said, Turquoise maybe not having the best season, but you're still here in the postseason, right? You still cleared that hurdle to make it here. You just want to walk us through maybe what some of the difficulties were and how you maybe shaped it up coming into the postseason.
Well, normally the support lane plays Brick Uno. We have a Zen OTP, right? So we just play Zen. That was also a bit of a difficulty because the opponents would just brawl us down. But we have been kind of working around it. I've been trying to get us in good positions, just like back in the day in 2018, like Jonek was put in good positions. And we're trying to work that. Yeah. That's our strategy. Our Zen kills everyone and we try to motivate him to kill everyone. It's like the...
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
You said you have a Zen OTP in your team.
Yeah.
And I will also play Zen. All games I will lock in Zen. To challenge your Zen, yeah.
Don't
Trust
be
me.
aware, he might be in your backline killing your supports. Just FYI.
All good. I might too.
Yeah.
That
we
could
tanks,
be fun.
We just tanks are just gonna run it down on Orisa, yeah? That's it. I was running it down on Orisa.
We will see.
Some Zen mirrors to look forward to that could be interesting here. But yeah, I mean, this will be a very fun matchup for both of these squads here. Maybe any final thoughts, either of you? If you got anything to say, this will be your time to do it.
I mean,
First, or...
yeah, I'm just hoping for a really competitive game. Don't want it to be a 3-0. Just want, my team to be proud of themselves to make it this far. Even if we get eliminated so early into the tournament, we just want to show our best what we're capable of.
Yeah, we're also looking forward for a great game and hope we can Yeah, win this. What am I supposed to say? Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, you could say it all in the match, so save it for then. But thank y'all for taking the time, of course, and good luck for whenever that match happens.
Thanks, may the better
Thank
than
you.
win.
We will see. We will see.
All right. Now that first one has been completed, TEC will select Turquoise Wisps. And we're actually going to get Merit back in here in a little while at some point because they are also the rep for Big Ballers for whenever they get selected. But next up is going to be Urei Mirai here for the number 2 seed in the EU PC Open tier. We've got Desi to talk to us about this so far. Desi, how are y'all feeling about how y'all's season has progressed thus far, getting ready to head into the playoffs?
Hello, our season's just been pretty chill so far. I mean, we started off with a few just freebies, and we've just been really smooth sailing throughout the course of this season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, very simple season, it seems here. I mean, you're coming into this still number 2 seed, but you are at the top of that group too, right? In terms of, when you're looking towards that opponent, do you maybe feel more comfort in picking somebody from your own group that you maybe have more experience with, or do you look to the other side to find some sort of weakness there?
Oh, that's a good one. I wish we could pick someone from the top seed, because I'd love to go against 0907 again. That would just put the icing on the cake for us. But I think Mirai really wants to do something that we're comfortable with playing against. We played them in other tournaments, scrimmed them before, and we feel like we're be pretty confident against the opponents in mind.
Well, why don't you spoil it for us? Who is Urei Mirai going to be selecting here for round number 1?
Oh, we definitely want to go up against Big Ballers. Just a nice ball OTP team. We're fairly confident that we can roll them.
Get Merit back in the VC. Get him back over.
Get him back. Get him back.
Welcome back.
Like he never left.
You missed me too much.
Well, I didn't think I had enough time. But now, okay, Big Ballers have been selected by Urei Mirai Merit. I'll ask you again, how are you feeling about that selection?
Really pretty good. If it was the other way around, we would have selected them as well.
Oh, nice to hear.
Listen here, so it's obviously Big Ballers. They had an interesting season here, but just looking at that history as well as what is this history with Mirai? Right, you guys talked about potentially facing in different tournaments before.
I mean, I think one of their players was on Big Ballers before. We are good friends with him still, and I think that's one of the reasons we got selected. I think, in my opinion, and we would have selected them for the same reason as well.
Yeah, so of course we have, I think it was our main support has some history with Big Ballers and playing on them. We did originally very much struggle against Big Ballers, and we just didn't know what to do. But then, of course, Juno came out, and things just took a quick 180.
Quick 180, that's certainly one way to look at it for sure here. And, we'll start with you, Merit, here. I mean, for this matchup, right, it seems like Mirai's a little bit too confident here. Maybe you got to knock him down a few pegs or stand on your business.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is that the ball is coming, and he's just gonna keep rolling, and no one's gonna stop him. The ball is rolling.
Well, I have 2 words to say for that. Whip shot. What's Ball gonna do then?
Well, it's gonna kill you, That's
I'm unkillable. You won't be able to get on me when I've got this. We got the god tier backline. You got rid of the main support. Now we're gonna show you how good he is against you guys.
I mean, he knows the ins and out, but we have a secret strategy also cooked up.
Okay, well, I look forward to it.
Wow.
All right, Desi, Merit. We won't be seeing y'all anymore here this evening. You can finally go do whatever you're gonna do, Merit. Thank y'all for coming to talk to us here about this matchup for round number 1. Urei Mirai versus Big Ballers will be the matchup here for this first round in the EUPC Open tier. Now we've got one more selection to be made. Everfrog can pick between Completely Melted or a Big Man Ting here in round number 1. And we've got Cheverus to talk to us about it. Cheverus, Everfrog is sitting as the number 3 seed here in the EUPC Open tier. You want to talk to us about how y'all's season has gone and what y'all are thinking heading into the playoffs?
For sure. All have been gone. I haven't played that much, but like 100% win rate still. It was a joke. Yeah. Everything has been gone good, and yeah. I don't know.
I mean, hey, just good. That can sum it up. I mean, that's certainly a way here. Looking towards, potential opponents to pick from. Regardless of who you pick, you're going to be going outside of that group you've been playing in all season long, right? Both of the opponents left are from Group 2 here. Do you maybe have any experience or history at least scrimming these teams, or is this just going to be a completely whole new experience for whoever you pick?
I can say that I'm gonna go head and tails here, but like I know the completely melted team players like all, but I still we gonna be choosing Big Man Thing now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So Big Man Ting is the selection here from the side of Everfrog, and we've got Leo now in here who is completely deafened, so I cannot tell them to unmute. All right. Well, do you want to walk us through that selection as we await? Leo. Okay.
Hello.
Welcome back to the land of the living. So I will, wait for that. But Leo, y'all have been selected by Everfrog for round number 1. How are y'all feeling about that selection?
We're feeling great. We're feeling great. Doesn't matter who we're up against. We're feeling great.
I mean,
that is an excellent way to look at it. Leo, how have y'all been feeling about y'all's season as a whole for Big Man Ting? Y'all finished at 5-3. What are y'all's thoughts headed into the playoffs here? Like, what are y'all thinking about?
Well, we started CGL as a team that's never played with each other, just a bunch of friends, and I'm confident we can take this CGL home.
You can just take it home. I mean, hey, listen, there's definitely teams that will try to stand in your way to do it, but I like the confidence just being able to come in and say that. Did you expect to be picked here by Everfrog, or did you think that maybe teams would be scared of you, save you as sort of a best for last sort of situation?
Yeah, I think maybe we would be picked last. But I respect the confidence.
Yeah, of course. We have confidence.
Yeah, that's valid.
Well, is there anything y'all want to say to each other here before we, send y'all away to get prepared for the matchup?
Good luck. May the best team win. I hope it will be a great game.
It's gonna be a great game. I'm pretty sure for that. And
Yeah.
good luck for you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, it'll be Big Man Ting versus Everfrog in that round number 1. And with that leaves us with one more matchup to not quite be selected. 0907, our defending midseason champions are going to get what's left. It'll be 0907 versus Completely Melted. We've got Nicole and Sukaira here to talk to us about this. I'll start with Nicole. How are y'all feeling about the matchup against Completely Melted?
I think we were kind of expecting it, but we are actually happy we got them. I think we are pretty confident about that match.
I mean, yeah, there's no reason to not be confident, right? Defending midseason champions, but, to be fair, to play devil's advocate here, right after that midseason win, Completely Melted actually was the team that kind of came in and delivered a loss to 0907, completely out of nowhere here. So do you think that you guys have had enough time to sort of study that VOD, bounce back, and maybe you're ready to sort of get back into it?
Yeah. I mean, the thing was that we went through like some roster changes, and I think the team was like figuring out the comms and the synergy. So I think we kind of gained back like what we needed, and I think the results are gonna be a little bit different now.
All right, well, Sukaira on the other side of this for Completely Melted. How are y'all feeling coming into this playoff?
I mean, we're feeling like really confident overall. I feel like my players always come out really strong in the end. Even if we lose, we find a way to come back.
I mean, hey, yeah, definitely always finding a way to bounce back here. If you want to, maybe highlight us through Completely Melted season here, because it seems like, looking at it, you guys had a pretty interesting streak of highs and lows.
I mean, yeah, we've definitely had our highs and lows for sure. But I think my players are a lot more prepared. They're a lot, or they're very motivated to come into this postseason, the postseason playoffs. And we're overall like really ready to win at this point. Like everyone's ready to give it their all and put in all of their energy.
All the energy, absolutely. And speaking of energy, before we let both of y'all go, if there's anything you feel needs to be said here, or if it needs to all just be saved for the match, but this is your open forum.
I mean, good luck to 0907. You guys may end up needing it. My players have prepared, so good luck to you guys.
Yeah, I wish you good luck as well.
Very simple, very humble. I like it. Well, let's y'all go schedule that, figure out whenever that's going to happen, and we appreciate you chatting with us. Fletch, I mean, EUPC Open, I see a lot of banger matchups here. I see a lot of bangers.
I could not agree more. I mean, I feel like that out of the 4 tiers, the EPC Open tier, has the most competition, has the highest, like, closeness of competition. I can't really think of the right word to talk about, but it feels like these matchups are all, like, pound for pound closer than the other tiers. And maybe EU Console Open tier might have something to say about that. But I think compared to the 3 tiers that we've gone through thus far, this is certainly the one where the matchups would be the closest. I mean, 0907 finished at 7-2, and they won the mid-season tournament, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that really speaks to the level of talent in this tier, fighting for that money, fighting for that championship at the end of the season. I mean, I am really, really excited to see how this tournament is going to go.
It's going to be super, super interesting, but we do have one more tier left to pick from, back to a 14 bracket here in the EU console side of things. And I think it's an interesting little setup we have with these 4 teams, right? I mean, you would think, oh, Spelvin's, great team, won the midseason. They're not even a team that gets to pick. Their destiny is out of their hands here. Meanwhile, I think it's Lunar Falcons we'll be hearing from first here. Number 1 seed, 8-0 regular season, so maybe not that mid-season win that they looked for, but overall, a very strong team.
Yep, and we've got Zombie here to talk to us. Zombie.
Hello.
Going to be selecting for the Lunar Falcons. How are y'all feeling about how y'all's season has gone so far as y'all prepare to enter the playoffs as the number 1 seed?
We've been doing a really good job in this season. We only lost 1 game against Dystopia on not even the regular season, in the mid-season tournament. And I would say also that defeat kinda woke us up, because it make us fixing some of our mistakes. And we are undefeated in the regular season. We're glad of that, and we're gonna continue this in the playoffs and try also to win it all.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, your record speaks for itself here, and then, I mean, there's nothing else left to say, right? I mean, just looking forward, you got 2 choices. Who is Lunar Falcons going to be selecting as their opponent?
We're gonna select EMC Chimera.
All
Fair.
right.
Absolutely valid.
We are going to get Octo into the call here, who is muted at the moment.
Hello.
Okay, Octo, y'all have been selected by Lunar Falcons to play against them in the first round of this tournament. How are y'all feeling about that selection?
Actually, I'm very confident. I have a guy in the back. His name is Sky Commander. He's very ready for zombie. So I'm not concerned at all. He's just gonna clap him.
Yeah, we are old friends, I would say. When we scream, we also joke with each other. So yeah, it's gonna be a good match.
I mean, yeah, could definitely be a good one here. Just looking, give us a little bit of insight here, Octo, if you could. EMC Chimera, you come in number 4 seed, right? So, you still make it to playoffs, but maybe not the best season here. If you just want to highlight, maybe there were some struggles, some stuff that you were able to clean up as you went.
Oh yeah, we had for sure a bit of hiccups. Probably it wasn't really our matter, so we need some more time to adjust. But I think we're pretty confident now. Yeah, and Sky Commander is he's ready.
All right, now as we get ready to send y'all out to go prepare, is there anything y'all want to say to each other?
Oh yeah, while we're speaking, there's actually pineapple on pizza in my oven right now, and actually in Sky Commanders too. So just so you know.
Yeah, they always joke about pineapple on pizza since I'm Italian. So yeah, that's classic Octo and Sky Commander.
Okay, well,
well, you got nothing to say to me, bro? You got nothing to say to
me? I don't know. Just
what I expected. They're not very confident, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Zombie Octo, thank y'all for talking to us, walking us through this matchup. Best of luck in the playoffs, and that means that we've got one more matchup to walk through, and that is going to be Budget Approved versus Smelvin Industries, and we've got Reno and Zekpa in here, and eventually, surely, Robbie Hash.
Yo.
Okay, so the selection has been made for y'all, as Reno and Zekpa are both muted at the moment. So I guess I'll talk to Robbie first. How are you feeling about this matchup coming into round number 1?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident.
Feeling confident. Interesting that you say you're feeling confident here, because looking at Smelvin season, you do get that mid-season chip, right? Gotta feel good, but overall the win rates not maybe the best in the regular season, as well as tactically speaking, Budget Approved already got the revenge on you. How do you kind of study that VOD and sort of go back on it?
Well, I have some context with this team. We beat them 3-0 in 25 minutes in the first game against them. But they got forfeited because I think Poke forgot to hand cam. And then we scrimmed this team like 2 weeks ago and they disbanded midway through the scrim. So I'm pretty confident in beating these guys. Their team fell apart and we had to repair it for them midway through a scrim. So
I mean, you can't ignore the 3-0 though. We
didn't. Okay, to be fair, in the 3-0, we didn't have our break because Billy forgot to sign up his account.
Yeah.
Wait, can you hear me now? Hello?
We had Poke on Zen.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
All right. Well, now we got the.
We're the best.
Go ahead.
Gonna win. We're better than everyone. Everyone's terrible.
My monitor just turned off.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Nothing else to it.
All right. Yeah. Well, now that y'all are both here for Budget Approved, how are y'all feeling about how y'all season has gone and getting prepared to play in this playoff?
Bit rocky.
Yeah, we've been. It's been an uphill battle the whole time, but we're pretty confident.
I guess that's what you need, I suppose, for sure. But now, Robbie, Reno, Zekpa, anything y'all want to say to each other? I know y'all have already talked a little bit, but as we get ready to send y'all out, y'all get ready to get prepared for this matchup. Any parting words for each other?
I just
Don't play Zen.
Shout out to Sky.
And also shout Sky Commander. Why are you shouting Sky Commander?
Shout out to Try Hard Ray.
I got nothing. I love you in the Fletch. Goodbye.
All right.
Shout out Cars.
Love you too, Robbie.
The love for Fletch. You love it.
All right. Thank you, Robbie, Reno, Zekpa. And that will do it for our first round matchups here in the EU side. It'll be 07 versus Tesla Plate Group versus Shenzhen Strikers in the Masters tier. Team.exe versus EMC Helheim and Special Forces versus the Godstack in the EU GM tier. And in the PC tier, Open tier, it'll be TEC versus Turquoise Wisps. Uray Mirai versus Big Ballers, Everfrog versus Big Man Ting, and 0907 versus Completely Melted. And last but certainly not least, in the Open tier of the consoles, it'll be Lunar Falcons versus EMC Chimera versus Budget Approved versus Smelvin Industries. An incredible lineup of matches here and a lot of games still to be played here.
Yeah, a lot of revenge stories across all of those brackets and stuff like that. I'm gonna be very, I've been watching a lot more EU this season than I have on the side of NA, but I'm very, very excited to see how that's all going to shake out. But speaking of NA, fun fact: later on this evening, for all the NA frogs out there, we will have our NA selection show. Similar format. You're gonna have some people talking you through, letting you see how these opponents are thinking, maybe a little bit of the banter back and forth here. But overall, I mean, we're here. The postseason, it's about to start. We're right on the edge.
It is indeed right around the corner. But for now, that'll do it for the EU opponent picking stream. Come back tonight, like Megalast said, for the NA side. But that'll do it for She and I here on the EU side. Thank you all for watching. Get ready because the playoffs are going to be a whole lot of fun. We hope you all have an excellent night as we get ready to head into them.